What is going on? Chat room. We are here. We are live. And we have another Hangout. It's been about a month, actually, since the last Hangout. I got a haircut just for my... Yeah, actually, I got this a couple days ago. Which, you know, it was long overdue. I wanted to actually get this done before I went to Keeper's Diary to film that. But I just didn't have time because it just kind of slipped away before then. So I was going to stream Parasite Eve today, but it just didn't work out. There's just a lot of dumb shit going on. But I'm here today doing a Hangout just to answer some questions, to hang out, shoot the shit with the chat. The usual. So this is just kind of like a live Q&A discussion, I guess. I don't know. A couple hours on here. And then we're going to be doing Next Level Gaming podcast tonight with Perry. So that's going to be fun. So got a couple things to do tonight. But I promise tomorrow I will come back with a lengthier Parasite Eve stream. Because today just didn't really work out like I wanted it to. So let's see. We got King Shadow in here. Perry's in the house. Thunder's Productions in the house. Jeff M. ACR. All the members. Connor Harvey. Lucius in the house. Talking about the Steam Deck versus the Legion. Gonzu, what's going on? Carlos Gaming, what's going on? All the members in here. Thank you, Callie. Callie's in here. Gonzu needs a haircut too. Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm the laziest piece of crap when it comes to getting my haircut. Steven, the dude, I still owe him $5. It's fine. I owe you a cookie and $5, actually. Let's see. Perry said it's your birthday tomorrow. Remember that. I wish. It's not until February. Let's see here. Yeah, Scream 7 news. I mean, they're going to make it, obviously. I think Nev Campbell will be back. I think they'll give her the money this time because she was at the Monster Mania that I worked at, and that's when that news kind of broke, because she's like, you know, she was happy to see what they did with 6, but she wouldn't be opposed to coming back. I mean, that's the case for anything. Crystal87, what's going on? Original Next Level Gaming podcast on Rumble tonight, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. Yes, me and Perry are going to be on that show. Stevie Mack, what's going on? We got 30 people in here, so smash that like button. Smash that like button. And, yeah, answer questions about survival horror, Resident Evil, Parasite Eve. I have been playing Parasite Eve. It's been very fun to kind of just experience it for the first time, but also to get used to, you know, an RPG type game like that. You know what I mean? It's been very fun and challenging at the same time. To kind of learn, but it's been fun. I think it's mostly, it just has to do with like knowing how to level up the character, you know, knowing that different abilities you're going to have to use, you know. Darth Nihilus says, man, RE games are going to be dry in 2024. Well, that could be the case. You know, obviously there's a lot of stuff going on right now in terms of like people saying what's going to be announced and what's coming out next year, what's not coming out next year. If you looked at 10 different leak channels, it would tell you otherwise, you know. For me, in a more realistic kind of approach that I always try to take with the content, I would say that we might not get a full release next year. However, I think we could get a possible reveal of the next title. So there might be stuff to talk about, but I don't think there will be, you know, a release coming out, like a game actually coming out, hitting the shelves. Now, will Capcom focus on the other stuff? Sure. I mean, they have a bunch of other games and IPs. Monster Hunters, for one. That's the biggest one for them, with Resident Evil, obviously, being their highest-selling IP. So, yeah. So that gives us time to, obviously, do other stuff on this channel and focus on other Resident Evil-type videos or other things that I kind of want to set up for 2024, regardless of that, you know. RE9 being revealed is the big one. I think that's safe to say for next year. Whether it's at, you know, a Capcom Resident Evil event or it's at something else that they have. It could be a Sony event. We don't know, but regardless, I'll be here covering it as always and giving you guys coverage. He's picking up a Lenovo Go this week, says Jeff M. Leon YouTube's in the house, another member. I'm glad you're liking the game, but it's definitely a different challenge to RE games. Yeah. It definitely is one of those things where I think a lot of like different style of games that I never really dove into, like it is a different kind of challenge. You know what I mean? I think it's more like the challenge that comes up with different style of games. Like with Resident Evil, it's always like a resource thing if you're dealing with the difficulty. This game doesn't have any difficulty level. It's just like you just start the game. So that was very interesting as well. I was expecting some kind of like, you know, easy, medium, hard, but that wasn't the case. I don't know if like Final Fantasy typically has that or not, but it is a very different, just a different approach. So, and like Code Veronica, for example, like in Resident Evil, that doesn't have a difficulty. So little things like that are interesting when you go into a game and you're like, all right, so how hard is this going to be? And is it going to be the same difficulty for everybody else? And I guess that's the case, but it is fun. They cover it for 1 year, no issues on the Lenovo side, and Best Buy covers it until January for the holiday return. It's probably still late January for that. This is a stretch, but I think we could get Dino Crisis Remake next year. I would never say no to Dino Crisis Remake, but I guess we'll see, because I think Capcom will be a lot more focused on continuing Street Fighter 6 DLC, you know, Monster Hunter, Pragmata, which we haven't seen much on. We saw that little trailer during the Sony event. I think it was the same event that A Separate Ways was announced at, or maybe the one before that. I forget. They kind of blend together, but we know they're still working on those games. So if anything, we could get Pragmata at the very end of 2024, or 2025 even. But maybe they want to make room for some of the other IPs, you know? Just one difficulty in Go can make for an interesting game. Yeah, that's why it's been fun. DD2 in March, Capcom game. Oh, right, Dragon's Dogma 2. Right. You are correct about that, my friend. I forgot about that. Yes, Dragon's Dogma is coming back, and that was shown. Holy shit, that was when we were in the UK, actually. When I live streamed that with everybody from Biohazard Declassified. that was a very funny event too, because that was like, we're getting more RE4, and then they released the RE2, 3, and 7. I think the current gen updates and stuff like that for free. That was a very funny event, but yeah, so that is coming out. Thank you. We got Moki VRS in here. Yeah, the two ordered this month from Best Buy are covered for a full return until the end of January. Yeah, the holiday return is clutch for that reason. Silent Hill 2 remake is coming. Yes, it is. We do have Alone in the Dark, and then we have Silent Hill 2 coming out next year. I plan on streaming Silent Hill 2 right away. No doubt. I'll make sure I'm around for that one. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Obviously, with them having a little bit of a lull in Resident Evil until we get some kind of, update, I plan to continue playing some other stuff on here. Somebody needs a Christmas sweater, says the King. Would you be interested in streaming RE fan games, inspired games like RE Containment, RE2 First Person, Ground Zero? Yeah, I definitely will. As you guys know, and we talked about this in the other stream, me and Perry are assembling, everything else that we need for this PC. And once I build the next PC, and it will be live streamed, it will be shown here on the channel. It will also enable me to do more stuff. So I've just been saving, I've been plotting, I've been planning. Don't worry, it's happening. And Perry put together some stuff for me the other day that gives me, an idea of what we're looking towards and what's going to be everything that we need. And currently, like present, up to date with current sale prices and everything. So everything's up to date, because we had another one, but it was older. Because the stuff changes so much and the prices have adjusted so much recently. So now's the time to do it. But those fan games and mods and things that I might need a better PC to run and stream and edit all on, is essential for me to grow the channel. Parts list. Yes, the parts list. So here's the thing. It's it's a different kind of era now building a PC as opposed to when I built this PC that I've been on. So it's kind of funny to see, the little differences, between where things were and how things are now. And obviously the ease of like, being able to do a lot more, being able to produce content a lot faster and efficiently. Like, all that stuff really does matter. So, yeah, I plan on doing all that stuff, Leon. And, they keep the RE fans hype, and there's stuff to do. Anthony's on the i7-3770. Yeah, exactly. Shit is 10 years old and still kicking this processor. Of course, I've upgraded parts of this PC. But, yeah, it's basically, it's had its day. And it's still kicking. It's still doing what I'm doing currently, obviously. But, I'm not getting too comfortable. I'm going to try to just move on from this and, kind of put this weird, shitty year kind of behind me. You know what I mean? Like, it's been a good year, but it's also been shitty at the same time. And I know a lot of you guys can relate to that in many ways. And, yeah, I'm just kind of ready to move on from a lot of things. And this PC is one of them. So I'm going to keep it. I'm going to have I'm going to keep this PC. I'm not like gutting it. I'm not selling parts off or anything. Like, I'm keeping it. But yeah, it's time to move on from this and just start really really on a different page, I guess, and try to make the attack on the next wave of content a lot more thought out and a lot more strategic and just for you guys, like have a real, I guess Parasite Eve is kind of the start of that, right? Nick Noguera, what's going on, man? Fellow member in the house and supporter and brother, what's up, man? Caesar, what's up, man? Another member in the house. I'm worried what's going to happen to Jill in RE9. I kind of feel it's something bad. Well, hopefully she's actually in the damn game. That's my hope. That my fingers are crossed. But Stone Cold walked out. It's time to shake things up. Stone Cold. Revelations 3 is rumored to be a launch title for the next Nintendo console. I'm starting to doubt that's true. Well, there was the Outrage game or Project Outrage, or, a lot of those leaks were going around a few years ago of a Nintendo Switch Resident Evil, and we haven't seen it yet. But, I mean, to be honest with you, like, it's something that could still happen. I don't know if it would be Revelations 3 or Outrage. It could be something else. But if Nintendo has a decent console that is able to run the stuff and really make it a nice little impact on that console, I don't see why not. But yeah, we got new Nintendo consoles next year, and that's when they'll get my money again. Austin needs to build a new PC. Mid-gen refresh in 2024. Yeah, it's crazy. We're already there, right? We're already at the mid-gen refresh. A bit more towards the PC. Thank you, Jeff M. Thank you so much. And believe me, I have tabs of everyone who's helped out, donated. I really appreciate you guys for, really helping me out here. And seriously, it helps. And obviously, like, me doing this for you guys, I've been trying my best to obviously pay the other bills as well and also save for the PC all at the same time. So, we're getting there. And like I said, we're going to be sniping stuff off that list. And Thunders is giving back to the community again. Azure Eyes is now a S.T.A.R.S member, courtesy of Thunders Productions. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that, guys. Thank you for that. $2 and the gifted membership. And yeah, seriously, thank you. And yeah, we're going to return the favor. We're going to have a fun live stream for you guys when we build it, and you guys will see everything step by step. And we'll be doing it at Perry's shop, and it'll be fun. So once everything is like situated and that event is planned, I will let you guys know so you guys can come out and check it out live. Jill would probably be in her mid-40s by RE9, realistically. Yeah. All the characters are getting old. And they just spent $200,000 on hookers, just like... oh, Jesus. No. Oh, no. Not like that guy. Jesus. No. I fly around the lazy boy and Bigfoot my wingman, says the king. PC Fun. Nick Noguera with the $20. Holy shit, man. Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. You guys are killing it. Exactly. We don't say the B word around here, right? Thunders is gifting another membership. And Marvelous D is now a member courtesy of Thunders. Thank you, man, for that gifted membership. And it's thanks to you guys that are members and Patreon supporters for also voting on Parasite Eve. You guys made that stream possible. You guys are awesome for that. And I like the fact that we kind of have, a little bit of a back and forth between Fatal Frame and Parasite Eve. It was so close, but you guys really came out for the results. And when I came back from streaming, when I came back from filming, and I realized Parasite Eve was the winner, I was like, oh, well, I guess we're doing Parasite Eve, because I checked it, I think, right before the drive home, and I was like, what's going on with the poll? And yeah, it definitely seemed to win. So yeah, Perry wants Kagero. He said, or else. Yeah, a lot of that stuff will be cool, especially because I know Kagero is probably more on like this style of gameplay where it's more RPG. So I kind of need to get ready for that, because that will be a very interesting playthrough. Appreciate that, Nick. Thank you so much again. And Thunders, thank you. Wiz, what's going on? Here's quite a surprising rumor. I don't know if it's true. Fatal Frame remake. Well, a lot of people have been talking about that. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I know they recently brought out that one. Well, I know it was like a remake or remaster on Switch or whatever, or was it a sequel? I forget. It was something. I don't know how Fatal Frame is as like a franchise, like where it stands, or if it's like in a position to actually get a remake. But I've never played them, so that's another, playthrough that would be a fresh one on this channel. I don't know. I kind of want to, gauge what the fans want, and then I also want to stream other stuff that I want as well. So there's some kind of like mix. There's kind of like a mix of stuff. Like, just take it, thief. $5 from Perry. Thank you, man. You didn't have to do that. You're building the damn thing. You don't got to do that. Thank you, man. Seriously. Cody, what's up? Cody Gossman. Save Our Planet says, what would you do if RE9 comes out titled RE9 Leon completed the Redfield Bloodline? I would pack it in and call it a content creation career. I'd be like, it's over. No. Yeah, we'll see what the hell happens with RE9, right? I'm telling you, next year. I've been shipping from the beginning. Yes, this is Leon. Boogie Tista stick, $2. Jesus. Another one from Perry. Christine in the house. What's going on? Hope you're well. Hope you're well. Thank you. Yes, if you are a member, you can now vote. You have custom emojis, badges. You got the green name, so congrats to the new members. If there's another remake on Fatal Frame, for God's sake, please don't make it what? What I mean, Last Maiden Serious. Was that? I don't know what that is. Last Maiden? Was that the last Fatal Frame? Last Maiden? Well, we got 50 people in here and only 23 likes, so you got to hit that like button. And, so we're going to be doing, holy crap. Vote Kagero, says Perry. I could put Kagero on the next poll. Or I can just, do it if I decide to pick it. Thunder's gifted Steven Smith is now another member. So we got 3 new members. Thunder's is snapping today. Everyone's snapping. Thank you so much. Hit the like, please, says Thunders. Yeah, smash that like button. That seriously helps out. Even if you can't donate or anything, it's fine. Just hit the like button so YouTube, YouTube's doing some weird stuff nowadays. It's harder and harder to get noticed. It's harder and harder to stay out there in the algorithm. So anything you do, you in the chat will love the game. Yeah, I'm excited to play just new stuff. Oh, Fatal Frame Maiden was supposed to be the last entry. I don't know if it was the last or not, but it's pretty confusing. Okay, so I figured there was still sequels coming out to that. Yeah, I saw that. You sent me that. That's really cool. The IGN article. It gave it 8.9 back in 1998. Last 2 Fatal Frames are on PS4. Been tempted to pick them up for the collection. I smash in chat, says Cody. The other day I was playing RE1 Remake while my son was playing with the Toy Biz RE toys and told me I have to get him a shark like Neptune for his collection. I love my son likes RE. That's awesome, man. Yeah, it's cool that those toys are still kind of like bringing joy to a different generation, because it's like, I feel like toys are kind of like every kid still gets into toys like that and they get into those figures, I guess, but nowadays it's very easy to just be like, oh, I'd rather play this game on a tablet, or like that's it. But there was something about like having figures, because obviously we were into games as kids as well, and we're kind of into technology, but at the same time there was still that like, that phase when you're going through like playing through, whether it's action figures or certain figures, like that's cool that that's still being kept alive. Let's see here. I need to give out the Christmas sweater, says the king. Well, 30 years ago, they had legit ratings, not like that. That's true. That is true. Yeah, back then it was more competitive and more legit. Before people started getting paid off, which is kind of the era we're in now. Um, yeah, so there's a couple things like I mentioned, just trying to kind of map out like how we're gonna kind of top off the year. December, I'm gonna try to keep obviously live streaming more, but I'm going to also try to put out a video. And this is probably gonna make Perry happy, maybe other people happy, but I am gonna be making a video, and it's gonna be pretty cool. I don't know how I can do it without getting around the copyright thing. Even if I can't monetize it, that's fine. But I also just don't want to get a strike. But essentially, it's going to be, why Resident Evil, or I'm sorry, how it's going to be the start of maybe a couple different videos. There's one that I wanted to do for a long time, but I think I need to kind of get it kickstarted with this video. So because I want to experiment with this kind of video, I think I want to start it out with this one topic and then see how it does, and then see if I can continue on that topic a little bit more. But it's, what influenced Resident Evil. And obviously George A. Romero is that's pretty much the bread and butter of it, right? But there's specifics that I want to kind of talk about. And the video itself was going to be how the Night of the Living Dead remake specifically influenced Resident Evil. And that's going to be kind of like my video like topic idea. I didn't really want to give it all away, but I just want to let you guys know that like I've been mentioning these new things for a little bit, but I have to kind of just figure out how to do them in a correct way where it's not going to get me kicked off of YouTube, because I can't show movie clips. But then other people that make millions and millions of dollars on YouTube can do it. So I don't know where that line is in the sand with that, which is why I don't show any Resident Evil Sony Constantine Films clips. You know what I mean? Like if I talk about the Resident Evil movie, I don't know. Like it's I want to do it in a way where I can show clips, but I can't. Or if I do, it has to be like from the trailer. Like I don't know how I'm gonna edit it. Like writing it, I can write it. Like that's not the I've already kind of started doing that with this one in particular. It's just a matter of how I approach the editing. So yeah, it's just going to be more like video essay type stuff, but I want to start small and I don't want to waste a lot of time on a certain format that doesn't work for the channel necessarily. So I'm going to test it, and I'm going to, leave little kind of like pieces of the bigger video that I want to do. Start with that video and just kind of talk about that. And maybe we can make some conversations into George A. Romero because, Capcom admitted in the document back in '96 that The Living Dead remake was a huge influence for RE1. Exactly. So, and a lot of people don't know that. So I think just talking about it and maybe bringing in some of my input of like, this is what I think. This is why I kind of associate that with this, and just little things, it's a very cool thing. And in fact, we're actually doing a Discord movie night thing, and Night of the Living Dead remake is on that poll, and it's winning, which is funny. So we're going to be doing that next week. But it's just kind of funny. Matt's in the house. What's up, brother? Matt Kilburn in the house. RE2 is 100% inspired by The Thing, says Leon. There's just a lot of horror influence, American horror influence for sure. Maybe my son watch old stuff as well as new things, but I believe you can't truly enjoy the new things out there without appreciating the old things that came before it. Exactly. It's just cool to see where things started. What's up with House of the Dead? Are they done? I don't know, actually. House of the Dead, I like House of the Dead a lot, actually. And I like the remake they did of the first game. Hopefully the remake too. But we'll see what happens. Because I know Scarlet Dawn was the last arcade sequel to House of the Dead. I think that would have been House of the Dead 5 is Scarlet Dawn, I think. And that I played at a Dave & Buster's and a Round 1. So those two places usually have House of the Dead Scarlet Dawn. So that was the last House of the Dead that I played. I think I beat all of them in the arcade except one. And then I finally beat one with the remake that came out. So I guess that finally counts. And then I have Typing of the Dead. So I have Typing of the Dead. I have House of the Dead remake, House of the Dead 2, House of the Dead 3. I don't own 4 because I don't even think that was released on consoles. And Edith. Yeah, so I'm trying to, but back to what I was saying too also about the different style of games to also play on the channel. So yeah, the horror, survival horror stuff, we are living Edith's end of life right now. We are. Edith is the Series S, if you guys don't know. And yes, Edith is pretty much done this year. End of life because of these refreshes that are coming out. Yeah, so I'm just trying to kind of fill in the space. I did watch the House of the Dead movie back in the day. Shout out to Hometown Video, because back in the day, the document said Black Friday was Edith's end of life. Yes, it did. Yeah, the Microsoft doc that leaked, if you guys remember when me and Perry streamed that breaking news, which was just that was one of the craziest breaking news live streams I've ever done, because things were coming out so fast, and so frequently. So we were actually one of the first to break that, but obviously, of course, we get overshadowed by Joe Schmo and all these other people that have, millions and millions of followers and subscribers. But we were breaking that as it happened, and no one else was really live, so we were there for that. But yeah, I remember renting that House of the Dead movie from back in the day, and shout out to my buddy John Zazamia, my best friend for literally since kindergarten. Me and him were watching it, and we played the games, and we were watching it. We were just this fucking sucks. And we were kids, and we were just this has nothing to do with the games. What is this? And it was funny, but then, yeah, I heard good things about the second one. DMX was in the trailer. But yeah, it was one of those things where they got me because I was a kid, and then you see, House of the Dead, okay, what is this? We had the Dreamcast, we had the games. I showed my buddy, the games. Me and him would play it on the Dreamcast. We would play House of the Dead 2-player. It was such a fun game. And we watched the movie, and we were just what the fuck? Yeah, I have a vivid memory of us watching that, and we were just this is not good. But, you should check out Silent Hill movie after finishing the games. I've seen Silent Hill from 2007, but it's been so long. I don't remember it being the worst thing I've ever seen, but I also didn't know Silent Hill at the time. I only knew the first game, and that was it. But now I've actually played them, so it's different, you know what I mean? So I haven't really gone back and checked out Silent Hill in such a long time, the movie anyway. I don't know about the sequel, though, because I heard it's trash, but I'm all about forming your own opinion, though. Exactly. You can't knock it until you try it or give it a shot, so that's why I like to give everything a shot and watch it. What's up, Big Tan? What's up, brother? Shitty cash grab movies, says Jeff M. I hate when franchises get treated poorly. Yeah, it's unfortunate, man, and it's just an easy cash grab. DMX in the trailer instantly killed that shit. Fugitive 4K came in today. Oh, shit, nice. Yeah, guys, there's a lot of great 4Ks and stuff coming out. A lot of 4Ks are dropping to $7.99, $5.99, $9.99. I mean, this is the time to buy 4Ks. Obviously, because we don't know where it's going to go in the future in terms of the availability of said 4Ks. But right now, just get them on sale, because 4Ks that are typically $30, $35 are like $10 all year round. So this is the time of year, because they're going to shoot right back up after the holidays, normal price. Like the Mario movie was $7.99. So yeah, this is the last time to get 4K in retail stores, because they're going to just stop. So this is the time. Any news on the next remake? Not much, Big Tan. Not much. I think RE9 is going to be waiting next for an announcement, but I don't think it'll be coming out next year, Same here when I watch House of the Dead with my RE fan friend. We both just laughed the whole movie. Yeah, I mean, it was such a departure from what I expected. You know what I mean? First Silent Hill is pretty solid. Not a perfect flick, but one of the better video game movie adaptations we've gotten. Hopefully the new Silent Hill movie comes out is good. Yes, they are trying to kind of bring everything back with Silent Hill, with the new games, with the new movies, with the remake. So we'll see what happens, Spider-Man, Spider-Verse movies are supposed to be $9.99 each this weekend in 4K. It's so funny. I was actually just talking to Callie about that. I need Far From Home, actually. So I do actually need that in 4K. So I'm happy you said that, because I will wait and I will order that. Because I have Homecoming, and then I have No Way Home. I need the second one on 4K, which, I have the No Way Home Steelbook, so I'm going to be a little salty about that, because I only have two normal 4Ks and then the Steelbook, but it's fine. Yeah, buy what you want and have fun. And exactly. And save money. Save money. Shop smart. This is the time of year. You don't even have to fucking leave your house, guys. You could literally just you can shop and get everything done, just now. I mean, the Black Friday stuff, technically, yeah, it starts this week, right, with a lot of places, but these sales have been going on for weeks. I have Spider-Man WCW, No Way Home. WCW. Yeah, no, this is the time of year. Shop smart, save money, save some money on some gifts. It's a hard time of year for a lot of people. Money's tight, shit goes on, random shit happens. So any way that you can save money and just make it easier for yourself, you can order on the toilet, you can order on the desk, you can order anywhere. Exactly. Have you ever watched a movie called Zombie? It's also, sorry, the heart's in the way. Fucking YouTube heart. It's also bad but entertaining. Are you talking about Lucio Fulci Zombie? Because I fucking love that movie. And I do have the 4K. Yeah. This movie is fucking awesome. This is an awesome movie right here. The soundtrack is amazing. The gore effects are amazing. Yeah, the acting could be better, but this is an amazing Italian zombie film. And this is one of the best 4K transfers I've ever seen. Believe it or not. As far as from an old transfer, this thing looks awesome. But yeah, I love Zombie. Absolutely love this thing. In fact, I have the first VHS that ever came out for Zombie. It's very rare. But here you go. Zombie 4K. And yeah, I fucking love this movie so much. But yeah, check it out in 4K. This actually drops in price a lot. So yeah, the poster is probably more iconic than most that were out in the video store at the time that kind of had zombies. The classic zombie posters you would always see was Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead with the zombie face and stuff. But that was just as iconic, and that's a great film. It's a little cheesy, and obviously, now keep in mind, just to confuse you guys, this is sometimes titled Zombie 2, because Zombie 1 in Italy, on the Italian side of things, was Dawn of the Dead. In Italy, it was called Zombie Dawn of the Dead. But this zombie has nothing to do with Dawn of the Dead. So in America, they just called it Zombie, but this is really Zombie 2 everywhere else. But to avoid confusion for you, Nick, this is just Zombie and has nothing to do with Dawn of the Dead. And I like it because it kind of mixes the voodoo vibe. This include, it's funny, Perry, you said you saw this, back in Mamaroneck, but this actually does take place a little bit in New York City, and it also takes place on the island. So it's kind of cool that they show the zombies in a different spot, where Romero's films usually takes place in Pittsburgh, and then this kind of shows stuff in New York City. So yeah, very cool. It's on Shudder, I think. It's on a couple different ones. Dawn of the Fred. Have I seen Alien Resurrection? I've seen Alien Resurrection. Yeah, unfortunately, I've seen that movie. But yeah, it's a very fun. I love Italian movies. In fact, the zombie series keeps going though, and I know this is a rabbit hole that nobody asked about, but there's also Zombie 3 and Zombie 4. And all these have nothing to do with each other after death. They're all... Zombie has an interesting history. But basically, yeah, they're not connected at all. And the reason why there isn't a Zombie 2 is because, remember, Zombie 3 and 4, this is technically Zombie 2. This. So then you have Zombie 3, Zombie 4, and get this, all of these come with the CD soundtrack. It comes with the actual soundtrack on CD, which is fucking hilarious. But these are all like different post-apocalyptic movies, but they have nothing to do with each other. And there you go. You got the CD and Zombie 3. Again, the cover is pretty cool. But yeah, these have nothing to do. And then get this, to throw one last insult to injury. I don't even know if I have it here. Oh, no, I have it. Yeah, here it is. Zombie 5. Killing Birds. Again, nothing to do. And no, this isn't open because this movie is shitty. But I did get it from Vinegar Syndrome. And they did have a slipcover. So I have Zombie 1 through 5, basically. And yeah, I know it's pretty random, but yeah. So that's my little zombie, the more you know, tangent there. My sister had that movie when I was younger, and I didn't like it at the time, but watched it like 8 times, so maybe I liked it more than I thought. It is a fun movie that I would watch over and over again. But I actually caught that later. Zombie I found out way later when I was into the YouTube kind of scene. You know what I mean? When I was really watching YouTube videos and I was discovering stuff. Hell of the Living Dead is my jam. Love that. They ripped Goblin's music from Dalton. That's hilarious, Stevie Mac. Perry saw Resurrection in theaters. That's awesome. My sister I already read that. Please, Anthony, right now watch Nightmare 4. The fans deserve a treat every once in a while from your channel. Yes. We'll watch Nightmare 4 right now. We'll stream it. I'll show the movie. I'll get copyright striked and it's over. No. But no, seriously, like, to be honest, guys, like, join the Discord. Like, please join the Discord, because I'm starting to do more gaming events on there with people, movie nights where we can watch horror movies and do, like, just more random things that, like, aren't actually live streamed for content, but, like, we can actually hang out and chill. Like, seriously, like, check that out, because I can watch something like Nightmare on Elm Street 4 or Night of the Living Dead remake, which might win the poll right now that's on Discord. It's open for everybody, and you join and sign up, and that's a way we can do some movie nights without, getting taken down. Because I can stream it from my PC, but only on the Discord, so people can actually watch it and stuff. So yeah. Freddy's back. Freddy will come after you if you illegally stream. Yeah, I'll have Bob Shea knocking on my door. Where's my check? The peanut butter banana sandwich. That's funny. The glove guy doesn't get paid. Yeah, they were just like, screw them. Definitely going to be there for the next watch along. Yes. Yeah, definitely. And I want to do like, commentaries for the rest of the Resident Evil films and stuff like that. There is like watch-alongs that are Resident Evil related that I would like to get around to do. Um, Believe me, I'm gonna try to get the rest of those Paul Anderson films reviewed. Yeah, because I still kind of have to bring that back, but that's on me. But I'll do that when I can. Um, the final Nitro, yeah, the final Nitro. Let's see. I think I'm caught up here. I have a couple 4Ks that are coming in. I do have Christmas Vacation coming in, Christmas Story. I got a couple of Christmas movies this year on 4K because they were like $8 or $10 or something like that. So, yeah, when they're that cheap, I'll pick them up because I only have Christmas Story on DVD and Christmas Vacation I do have on Blu-ray on like a UK Blu-ray pack or whatever that I got my parents. But yeah, March 26, 2001, it was over. It was over, fans. Yeah, that was like, that's crazy to think it was that long ago already. Jesus. Man, how much has changed since then with wrestling is wild. And that's when I was kind of getting into it too, so like early 2000s. Because, Nick would watch it and that's when I got into wrestling, Nick would watch it and then I would play the games. And then when I played the games, I got even more into it. So it was like hand in hand. It was like I was into the games, but then I started to watch it weekly. And yeah, that was such a cool thing. I always used to watch. For some reason, I would always watch, like, I would either watch it in the room or I watch it in the kitchen. The kitchen TV was always where I would watch a lot of wrestling and stuff because I would eat food and then watch, it was like an old box CRT that we used to have in the corner of the counter. And then I would I'd always eat food, watch wrestling. 35 more years, you can legally stream 90s music. Yeah. I mean, who knows how the copyright systems and everything will kind of change or switch over between platform to platform and, what is, something you can use and still monetize your stuff. I mean, I feel like it's kind of like a very it's a different, I don't know, it's just a different era now, especially with how music and everything is. It's such a weird industry now. And Paris is saying while I would cook, he would watch wrestling in there. Yeah, I mean, it was always great because you would look forward to those couple hours, like you would be in school all day and you're just like, man, I can't wait to watch wrestling, like that was like one of the first things I remember really looking forward to airing, like on a weekly basis, besides like Adult Swim, like Family Guy, Futurama, and the anime stuff that I would tape. I would never tape like wrestling. Like we would tape pay-per-views, but like wrestling for some reason I always had to catch it live. I didn't have cable or satellite growing up, says Jeff M, so I would watch WWF and WCW at my buddy's house. It was always fun. That's cool. That was always cool when you had a friend that had the hookup, like who had all the, I feel like for consoles, like I was that friend to many other friends. Like they would come to my house and be like, you have Xbox, PS2, and PS1? I'm like, yeah. And then it would like sell them on it. Like they'd get, they'd want to get that console or they would want to get that game. So I feel like, yeah, it's kind of funny, like how simple it was back then, but also like how not everybody had everything. Now everybody has everything, so it's just so easy to have everything in one spot. But it was just more simple. Adult Swim is goated back in the day. It really is, man. I mean, that was huge, and that was back when it wasn't cool to like anime. Now you got everybody and their mother watches Naruto and watches anime, but back then you would get made fun of in school, for liking that stuff. And like, it was a different time, like a complete different time. At least that's how it was from my perspective growing up, looking in, and then now it's just popular as hell. And wrestling was always kind of in, at least with my school, But there would still be people that would like, say shit about it. But it's like I would never come at anybody else's sports like football or basketball. It's like that was the one sport that I felt like I related to in a way. Not that I could relate to it in any, I liked I don't know, I just liked the drama kind of aspect of it, like the movie kind of vibe, the acting, so to speak. It's like they're actors, So I kind of like related to it. I was like, this is like watching like a amplified movie, but it's played as real, and they're throwing each other off of like steel cages and shit. Like I don't know. It seemed like it was like, I mean, you believe it when you're a kid, and then you realize, okay, it is like a movie. It is like a show. It's acting, But like what they're doing is like still physically crazy, and that's what just made it awesome. I remember renting the first WrestleMania on tape, and it was the very first release of that. It was in a black clamshell case for the VHS, and I remember putting that in, and I was like blown away. I just remember watching it. I was like, what? Like, this is what wrestling used to look like, and it almost looked like you're staring into a portal of another dimension, because you're like, what the fuck is this? It didn't look as clean. It didn't look as like polished. It was grittier. Everyone was wearing different clothes. The announcers were different. The wrestlers, you didn't really recognize, like you recognized a couple, but like for the current roster, me going back and renting that tape, I only knew so much, but it was like a whole nother world. Nick says when WWE was on pay-per-view, I would still go to the channel and it was barely visible, but all the new moves, so it worked out. Yeah, I mean, I know what you mean, like where they would like, it would be like fuzzy, but you can still see it, WWF on a black and white TV. Cartoon Network was fire, says Nick. Yeah, the dumb Sony TV cut the audio again. I had to reset the entire TV. Yeah, that's fucked, man. That's really annoying. Those losers were made fun of. Fun of you, go home and watch it. Well, that's what I'm saying, Steam Gamer. It's like, kids are just assholes. Just playing some Texas Chainsaw in the background. Nice, man. I still like that game. I'm still having fun with it. I haven't played in a little bit. It's still very fun, but they added crossplay back in there, by the way, Perry, so we can actually play if we wanted to. You could play on PC. The talent and script and storylines were so much better back then, definitely. Cody's asking how I like Parasite Eve. I am really enjoying Parasite Eve. I was going to stream it tonight, this evening, but just today didn't really work out as I planned. But tomorrow I plan on coming back with a lengthier stream. I know we're on day 5 of 6, so we have 2 days left in the actual game. I guess missions or sections, however you want to call the days. So I don't know if we're going to finish it tomorrow, but if we can get through day 5 tomorrow, I'll be happy. But, I'm taking my time. I'm kind of learning as I go. But I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm happy you guys voted on it. So, yeah, wrestling in the Attitude Era was amazing. I don't think anything today will top that. I don't think so either. And I know people even get tired of people saying that nowadays. Like, I know that's like a big thing where it's like a cool thing to hate the Attitude Era. But fuck those people, to be honest with you, because it was incredible. And again, unless you were there, and again, I kind of was talking about this yesterday about, how old I was and everything. Like, I wasn't there from the beginning to end, no, but I was at least there in the early 2000s when it was still really, really tight. The WWF, the very end of WWF into WWE I saw, so yeah. Let's see. I remember in 4th grade I called the bully a punk bitch, and he pile drive my face in the classroom floor, or DDP move. All I remember is having a big black eye. Damn. You better have thrown his ass through a fucking table. WWF Attitude. I'm not a wrestling fan anymore, but I still have my 2 Rey Mysterio DVDs that I probably won't get rid of. That's awesome, man. Yeah, I'm the same way. Where like I like going back and watching the old stuff. I'll tune in to some of the new stuff going on, but I really don't know what's going on storyline wise, and like I hear some of the drama that goes on between the companies, because obviously Perry follows up on it and Jesus and all those guys. But yeah, I'm not really in it as much, Make fun of you for playing FF7, one of the best games for PS1. Yeah, I was gonna say, fuck them. Parasite Eve, I've never been able to get into. I always start it and end up putting it down for some reason. Yeah, I mean, for me, I definitely, I mean, obviously, I'm encouraged by the chat because it is a challenging game, but it is funny, to kind of like see what lurks behind each kind of level and character that you meet. Like some of the stuff in Parasite Eve is entertaining. So, to hell with the hate. That's what I'm saying, Jeff M. The old matches are awesome. And then, like Perry said to that point, people hate the Attitude Era. They complain not enough wrestling on the shows. It's like, bro, it was the best show on TV. Watch porn if you want to see men touching each other. I mean, look, the drama and the wrestling was all there. Like the shit talking, the stuff, the crazy ass wacky storylines. Like it was all there. It had a good balance, AEW was great for a while, but fell off hard. Yeah, and I kind of saw that was the one thing I did kind of see was AEW kind of start and fall. That was one thing I was trying to kind of not keep up with, but I was like really intrigued, and I was like, the CM Punk stuff was cool to see him back, and the reaction from the fans really got me into it again to kind of see it, like to see something new that was like supposed to be a competitor to WWE, but then that ended up being a complete disaster as well. So yeah, I'm kind of hands off at this point. I kind of just like, I kind of just see shit as it comes out, and if people talk about a pay-per-view or they talk about something being hyped, I will check it out, but I don't have I don't know. Perry just made me choke laughing. Way to almost kill me, says Matt. Bam Bam Bigelow. I don't know. I think it's more just people, if they weren't there, they didn't see it, they didn't understand it, and I think some of those people kind of long for those older days of when stuff was really solid, or when the brand was solid. So I don't know. I just think it's more just like people really have to understand that, like, yeah, that some of the stuff just won't go back to how it was. Cody and Punk leaving calls AEW House of Cards to fall apart. It seems for a lot, this from Jeff, says it seems for a while AEW is going to be the second coming. Haven't heard anything about it in ages, so I'm assuming it's a dump. Yeah, it's been, they've been having a lot of internal problems, Jeff M, for sure. Brandon in the house, what's up, brother? WWF was complete. I remember taking breaks from gaming to watch wrestling. Yeah, oh yeah, that was it, man. The games would actually be turned off just to watch wrestling, Oh, yeah, Spike TV was awesome. Dude, MXC was awesome. I watched MXC after wrestling. That's how I got into it. I found out about MXC because I used to watch it after wrestling. I thought it was so fucking stupid, but I loved it. Like, I didn't know what it was. I was like, what am I watching? And they would always put that on right after Raw. And I was like, what is this, And it was so funny. I remember watching oh my God, I think it was SmackDown on like Thanksgiving or something like that, and Big Show came out and he's like, I love Thanksgiving, and he was like eating food at the table or so. I just remember watching that on my old TV room, that was probably what, 2004, 2005, maybe 2003. But yeah, just the good old days, man. It's just such a funny time. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Damn. Yeah. I mean, everything in that era was a lot better. The gaming was better. The wrestling was better. The movies were better. It just seemed like, yeah, definitely a crazy, like, lost thing, that is just, I don't know. I feel like even the gaming consoles, like we had real good competition, and games would come out that were complete, and you don't know what you got until it's gone. Is MXC the Japanese game show with the funny voiceovers? Yeah, that it was hilarious. Like MXC, if I could find that, I think it's on Amazon, but someone has it with like the voiceovers and stuff. That shit was hilarious. And like the voiceovers made it so much fun, you know? And you know that's, like, not what they were saying at all, but it was hilarious. Welcome back to MXC. Jeff said Big Show was at Smashburger on White Plains and demanded they serve him food. On like Five Guys, you get your food. What a fucking dick Big Show is. Yeah, Big Show is that was before he got jacked, right? He actually got like in shape at some point. MXC is on Tubi for free. Oh, dude, don't say that. Now I have something to put on in the background, you know? Like that's a funny ass show. Tubi is actually a really good app, by the way. I mean, you got to deal with ads, but like they actually have a lot of crazy B movies on there and like horror and stuff, and like, you know, you got to deal with ads, but you don't even need an account. You can just sign it or pass the sign in and just start it. What do you think of Modern Warfare 3? So Modern Warfare 3, I only played a little bit of the campaign here and there, you know, playing with my dad and stuff. I would check some of the stuff out, and like I played the beta and it was good. I mean, I didn't play the multiplayer yet, and sorry, Perry, like I should have actually already played it with you, but I just haven't paid for PSN yet. Because I only pay for Game Pass at the moment, and I'd rather just pay for one, not the other. But like, you know, if I get caught on Xbox, that's would be the way to do it. But I don't feel like spending money on, you know, Call of Duty when I already technically own it, because me and my dad game share on our PlayStations. So if he gets it, because he gets it every year, he's going to buy it just for the campaign. I could technically play it, but I want to just play it, you know, on the PlayStation because it's crossplay, but I need PS Plus, and I don't feel like paying double dipping for both subscriptions. So I haven't played it online yet, but I do like it, BB, to answer your question. In terms of the campaign so far, I haven't played the multiplayer. I can't really speak for that. That's what I've heard, Connor. It's not really worth 70. That's what I've just been hearing back and forth. Nick says, I have season 1 and 2 on DVD, but yes, it's also on Amazon Prime. Oh, sweet. That's awesome. I got to check out some MXC, Nick. Resident Dr. Evil in the house. What's up, man? Good to see you. King says, I feel that, in my opinion, everything went to crap. I got, let's see, I got mine refunded, says Connor. I already read that. Ludwin, ACR, and I cleaned house last night on MW3. Not ACR, Alchemist, I mean. Well, that's cool, man. Yeah, I really like to get on there. I mean, I know, like, I would just have to pay for a month just to play it, but I don't know. I just, like, I'll see if it goes on sale the next couple weeks. I don't know. If not, I'll just play it on PlayStation, play the campaign, and call it. Nick gifted another membership. Stevie Mack, longtime supporter, is now a member. Thank you so much. Matt Kilburn says, Aunt, my daughter Riley just asked when we play Dino Crisis again. A 9-year-old loves survival horror. That's awesome, Matt. Were you the one that was asking about Dino Crisis? And if I ever stream it, I have to let you know, because I'm pretty sure there's a couple people that were telling me about that. And the answer is next month. I do plan on bringing out some Dino Crisis next month. So I'll make an event. You will know when it happens. I've been meaning to actually go back and play some Dino Crisis. So, yeah. Take care, King, if you got to head out. I think my dad does have Plus, or he might still have it. I'm not sure, but you can't share the Plus, right? It's not like that, so it's like you have to individually get Plus. So it's like I could play on his account, but I wouldn't want to do that, you know? Yeah, thank you, King. Appreciate that. But yes, Matt, I'd like to... It's funny because I was meaning to actually go back to Dino Crisis because there's a lot of Dino Crisis conversation happening in the last month, actually. And it's kind of funny for a couple different reasons. Some I can't say. But for the other reasons, I can say that I am very excited to go back and play... you know, just something that I think a lot of fans want back. But I played it on Dreamcast about, was it like a year and a half ago? Maybe 2 years ago? Let me actually see when I last played Dino Crisis. Sorry, I know that people are coming in on the chat. I'll catch up in a second. But I know... Now I got to look on my channel. When did I last play Dino Crisis? Because I played it recently, but not... I mean, when I say recently, it could have still been like 2 years ago. But... Dino Crisis. Last time I streamed it was 2021. So, yeah, 2 years ago. So, yeah, I should probably stream Dino Crisis. Yeah, that would be fun to kind of go back and do. I think the last time I played it on the Dreamcast, so that means I got to get a new VMU because my VMU that I got is completely corrupted and the saves just disappear. So I got to get new VMU for Dreamcast. But yeah, I will play Dino Crisis sometime next month. I always like playing Dino Crisis around December. I don't know what it is. I like Dino Crisis. I feel like Parasite Eve is a December game too, but we're playing it in November because fuck it, right? Oh, Perry said, yes, you can. So I can play if he has Plus. Interesting. Well, you can game... If your dad has Plus, you can game share, and you also get Plus. Okay. So that actually might be... That might be worth looking into. Because that means I could just play with you guys. Let's see here. Brandon says, if you got... Dude, we could get back on COD, brush up on your search and destroy skills, and we can wipe teams again like Miss Dingleberry that is bothering you. Fucking search and destroy. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, so that's good to know, Perry. That is good to know. I hope you play RE2 2019 for the holidays. You might be in luck, Steam Gamer. You might be in luck because I have something RE2 remake related on the docket coming this week. So you were getting nice at search. I approve. Yeah, Brandon. No, dude, we were actually doing pretty good with MW2 last year. We just kind of stopped and like you said, we all just kind of stopped simultaneously. But, never say never for MW3. If you don't have it yet, Brandon, wait just like a little bit because it might go on sale this week. Just don't pull the trigger just yet. I know it's tempting, but see if it goes on sale because I don't want you to get completely ripped the fuck off. A lot of people are. Connor already refunded his thing already. And Thunders gift in another membership from Back from the Dead. A great supporter of the channel is now a member. RE 1.5 remake is coming next. If only. If only we get more remake news sooner than later. Let's see here. Riho is in here. What's up? Dude, I seriously appreciate you answering. My daughter, she watches the streams with me. I hope they remake Dino Crisis. Well, that's awesome. Hopefully she has earmuffs for when I say foul things, but thank you for thank you for being awesome. And yeah, no, seriously, Dino Crisis is up on the docket. A lot of stuff is up to get like streamed again, and don't worry, I am planning a lot of crazy stuff for 2024, especially with this new PC build we're trying to do. Modern Warfare 3 is fine. People are just freaking out over nothing. It literally is the same shit every year anyway. The outrage, says Perry. Yeah, I mean, people have been complaining about COD for a minute, Ready for the RE remake trailer. Yeah, we're ready for a remake too. That'd be awesome. But yeah, shout out to Back from the Dead, who's now a member courtesy of Thunders. The end of Dino Crisis frustrates me, says Nick, but I still love it. Over the years, I like Dino Crisis 2 more. I do like Dino Crisis 2 a little bit more. Like, it's more arcadey. It's easier. Oh my God, more maps. It's a scam. Yeah, yeah. Now, Sir Riffs-A-Lot was asking a question. When is Keeper's Diary going to be released? So, that is a good question. Probably going to be the first quarter of next year. So probably January, February, March, kind of in that first couple months. Once we know as a collective, once they kind of give me, the go-ahead of like, this is when we're going to put out, certain teasers or certain things. I'm sure we'll have a date kind of looming around the corner. So I'm ready. I'm really ready to put this out with everybody, as a team, as a collective, like to really see what you guys think of it. Can't wait. Paris is like Madden, FIFA, Battlefield, same shit. You're true. You're right about that. It's like comes out every year. Same people always complain, but guess what? Same people always buy it. So even Fred, we're on the podcast, shout out to Slendy and Fred's been awesome filling in on the game complainers. But he even said, he's like, I don't like this, and this, but I still buy it every year, because it's just like, you want to play something. You want to play something with your friends. Like, it is good to just have a shooter to play, and you want to play the current one, but like, it's like the double-edged sword of that, Thunders is heading out. I'll see you on Game Complainer show later. Well, thanks, Thunders. It won't be a Game Complainer show, but it will be on, me and Perry will be on as the Game Complainers on someone else's show. So it's going to be on Next Level Gaming show, or Next Level Gaming podcast on Rumble. So we're going to be on that. So stay tuned for that. Brandon says, once I saw the standard price for MW3, all I could ask was, damn, Blizzard beginning to conquer the realms of the gaming core. Yeah, I mean, it's not really a 75 is a lot. It's just a lot to plunk down on a game that you feel like even you might not get that $75 worth anyway. And that's the biggest thing. It's like I don't know. It's like you want to feel like you get your money's worth now. And take care, Thunders. You have a good one, man. Thanks for your support. Seriously. The original Next Level Gaming on Rumble tonight. We are going to be live at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. Me and Perry are going to be on the show for the first time. I've never met these guys, but shout out to Dreadpool for helping us out and not only being a good supporter, but also a good friend and content creator. So check out Dreadpool as well. He doesn't come in here a lot into these chats, but you guys definitely have seen him before. So he comes into the Game Complainers chat all the time, and he watches all of our stuff, supports all our stuff. So I really appreciate him, and shout out to him for making that happen. And I think there's going to be a lot of cool stuff. We also have the Game Awards. So the Game Awards is almost 2 weeks from now. It's December 7th. So we have about 2 weeks to go. So it'll be 2 weeks on Thanksgiving. It'll be about 2 weeks until the Game Awards. Obviously, Resident Evil 4 is up. So in true LTRE fashion, I will be live streaming it. And I'm going to be hoping that RE gets the win. And we're going to be covering the rest of the show as well, just kind of making fun of it. Me and Perry will be live. They don't stay up after they do get taken down, the Game Award streams, because of copyright strikes being, demonetized. Like, I don't want that to happen. And it might be like, well, why does that happen? Well, sometimes they show movie clips, sometimes they show copyrighted music, or they have artists play music. And even though I can sit there and mute the stream and me and Perry can still talk, sometimes that doesn't matter. It still catches just a second of stuff, or if it catches a second of Mario music. Or I think the one thing that screwed us over was they had this rap song playing in the Mario movie trailer. And like, that's fine. You can put whatever you want in it, but it's like, I got immediately, like, that's what killed that video, which I knew anyway. Like, again, I take them down. So it's one of those things where, like, I will record them, so I will save them forever. I will have the file of the award show for me to have and maybe post later for members and Patreon supporters, but I can't keep it up live on YouTube without, getting muted, getting a copyright strike, or someone, filing a thing against me. So I don't want any of that to happen. So the Game Awards will be live streamed, but it's one of those events where if you're not here when we live stream it, it's going to be gone as soon as it's done. It will not be even listed after the fact. So, yes, me and Perry are going to be roasting some people that night. We're going to be having some fun. Hopefully, the Game Awards are a joke. The Game Awards are. We already know that votes don't really count with that stuff. We know that it's kind of like a commercial. Jeff Keighley, yes, he likes, he loves Kojima. He loves, Sony and stuff like that. So a lot of it's very biased, in many ways. But we're going to see what happens. We're going to see how Jeff Keighley embarrasses himself again. And we're going to live stream it together. So don't watch it by yourself. Watch it with me and Perry. It will be live on this channel on December 7th. I'm not sure what time it starts. I think 6 or 7 Eastern. So choose your own game of the year, y'all. Yeah, that's true, right? It's like, screw whatever they pick. I mean, for me and Perry, it's safe to say RE4 Remake is our game of the year. But yeah, I really hope it wins. It deserves it. Time will tell. We'll see. I really hope it wins game of the year. I know. Like Perry said, I do agree. I think remakes should have their own category as well. I do know that like stuff like Starfield got snubbed. Dead Space remake even got snubbed. I know Starfield's not a remake, but you get what I'm saying. Like each category has certain things that maybe should either have. I don't think Dead Space should have been up for Game of the Year, but Dead Space should have been in one of the categories. Like I don't even think it's in any of the categories. So yeah, it's. I don't watch the Oscars. I don't watch the Grammys. Like I don't watch any of this shit. You know what I mean? Zelda will win. It's a big Christmas commercial. It's true. They're trying to sell shit for the holidays. They're trying to. Now, of course, everyone wants to see GTA 6, which I'm sure, we'll see something with that. Or we could see, other game announcements. So that's something that, yes, me and Perry will be looking forward to talk about. But the actual show itself and the results themselves, it's just, it's just shitty, See you on the stream later with Perry. Thank you, Matt. RE2 wasn't allowed in 2019 because it was a remake. Now, all of a sudden, RE4 remake is okay. Yeah, and we're going to talk about that. When we go live, the one thing we will talk about is, yes, when the Game Awards came around in late 2019, it was like RE2 was completely snubbed. So, Nick, you take care, brother. Thank you for the donations. Thank you for always supporting. You have a good one. It's not the greatest thing out there, but I appreciate the Game Awards representing video game industry in a big way. I get the hate for the Oscars and the Grammys and all the other BS. Or I hate the Oscars. Well, yeah, no, I know what you mean. I mean, it's cool that video games have something like a show. It's just a shame that it's handled so poorly, in my opinion. But, it's just a big commercial at this point. So we're just going to take it for what it is. Not take it too seriously. We know we have our own Game of the Year stuff, so that's all that matters. You know what I mean? Let's see. Back from the Dead release date is August 29th, 2077. Oh, for Hellblade 2? Yeah, I don't know. You know what I mean? I think that's the one thing is like it brings everybody together. People can see some cool announcements. That's always cool. That's like getting together for any kind of Sony, Capcom, Microsoft, Nintendo live stream. Like if you stream it together with your friends or with buddies, like you're trying to at least see if there's something new that you get pulled out of there. But other than that, it's like, it's kind of just lame in between, Come down to Ball Bag Gate or Zelda. Yeah, I know. The night the machines will rise after several delays. I know, right? It's like, damn, everything's getting delayed nowadays more than stuff actually getting released, it seems. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people really, and I know people get excited for, the different kind of like trailers that get announced and stuff. But yeah, it's definitely, yeah, Jeff M. Yeah, their security's awful. Like that's the thing too. Like we want to just stream it to see what happens. It's it's legit run by all the companies. They are all on board, which is openly listed on their site. It's a big Christmas commercial. Yeah, it's just like they're all there to just, you know, show off what they got. I'd call the Game Awards the cringiest circle jerk. If you're not Jeff Keighley friend, you get overlooked. Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be this like, you know, this big kind of corporate thing, but then then they end up playing favorites at the end of the day. But it does help when someone jumps on stage and we can laugh about it, you know. So please, by all means, let's see what happens. But yeah, I think a lot of these award shows are just a joke. But that's the thing. Like, it's one thing to enjoy it as a gamer and to be happy that it's still there. That's cool. Like, that's fine, you know. But I still think it's hilarious when people take it too seriously. It's like, we just have to have fun with it, you know? Sparkshot, what's going on? It's the one night a year Jeff Keighley gets to have sex with the... Jesus. I'll let you guys read that one. I can't wait for Gene Hackman to present an award. Well, that's the thing. Like, last year, like, Al Pacino... Like, all the things that were just meme-worthy. It was just such a, like, what were we watching, you know? Like, that reaction. And I still have that over here on my computer. Like, I have the whole Game Awards recorded, even though it's not up anymore. Maybe one day I'll post it on Patreon or something like that. But, yeah, it's so hilarious. Because some of the decisions they make or the actors they get. And I understand, like, they're trying to get actual actors in there to talk about games, I guess, because it's being taken more seriously and the acting is being taken seriously, and it's like, you know, they're like movies and all this stuff, and they were talking about God of War for like 20 minutes and all this stuff. But I just like seeing the little flubs, like the speeches that go on for too long, the security that isn't existent at all. Like, that shit is hilarious. Get Dustin Hoffman this year. Pacino is too expensive. Yeah, it's like, I wonder if they're going to bring someone else, like special guest featuring. It's even better, like, what was it, in 2019 they had Green Day, like, just play, like, what, you know what I mean? Like, nothing against Green Day, but, like, what the hell, you know? I don't know. Like, they always kind of throw in this extra crap that pads out the show and makes it, like, so much longer. I think they shortened it a little bit last year, but man... I don't think we'll get a new RE game next year. I think we'll get an announcement for an RE9, Riffs a lot, but I don't think we'll get one next year. I think it'll be hyped up next year, you know? Cold kebab left in the fridge. Nice, man. That sounds good. But yeah, I mean, I don't think we'll get a release. I think we'll get some kind of announcement trailer, whether it's for 9 or a remake or something else. I know Dragon's Dogma 2 is coming out. I understand Monster Hunter is still riding its high, so Capcom is still going to be busy with other stuff. However, there's always time to show a little trailer at a Capcom event, at a Sony event, at something to get people excited for the next Resident Evil sequel that isn't a remake. Now, RE5 remake, Code Veronica, people that, you know, want all this stuff, we're going to get it. Just give it some time. Alyssa, what's going on? Good to see him. Green Day just got on Social Security that year, Anthony. Come on. Yeah, I know, right? What the hell was that? I was like, Green Day? What the hell? Can't wait for Tom Hanks' brother Jim to present the award for best-looking trees in a game. AARP spokesperson, yeah. Kratos voice actor Christopher Judge gave the longest award acceptance speech in recent history from what I saw online after his verbal... Yeah, that was... Yeah, that was just so funny. And you know what is hilarious is I could probably cut up a highlight of that award show and probably upload it without any, like, copyright problems, like, of those speeches and of, like, our reactions. Because, like, our reactions were pretty fucking brutal and hilarious. Like, we were honest as hell. Like Perry said, no one's really safe in that award show. We're going to be going in on everybody, but it's going to be all in good fun. But it's also, like, it ain't going to be archived for that reason. So, yeah. So, maybe it's just for the best. But, yeah. So, that's going to be fun. You know, I'm looking forward to that. And then, of course, like I said, there's just going to be some more Resident Evil streams. We're going to finish up Parasite Eve probably either this week or, you know, I don't see why we can't finish Parasite Eve this week. And then maybe pepper in some RE stuff this week for the streams. But like I said, I still want to kind of focus on that VOD content because I feel like for the VOD content in general, like just the videos, like if I'm trying to kind of experiment with this kind of upcoming thing, it kind of goes back into that realm of like the copyright thing, what I can show, what I can't show, and how YouTube like goes about it. So I'm going to have to see. I'm going to have to see what, where I can kind of take that. But yeah. Thank you, Jeff M. Yeah, I'm looking forward to streaming that. Those are always fun events to look forward to. And thanks for bearing with me this month. I know, like, the past month, the live streams have been very inconsistent and with content, but obviously I was filming, and then I had to come back and kind of get adjusted again and then kind of come up with the next game plan. So, yeah, thanks for bearing with me on that stuff. But it's very good to be back. It's very good to, to be here and chill with you guys and play some games again, just get back to basics a little bit. But also playing something new, like Parasite Eve. So, yeah, it's been a very fun treat to do something new. And I think a lot of people are expecting the next remake so soon because the RE3 remake came out like a year after RE2 remake. Yeah. Yeah, and look, I know they always have multiple teams working on stuff, but I think, it has been a couple years since we've already gotten Resident Evil 8, and I think that there is going to be, something announced because, like I said, a lot of this stuff is done a lot more sooner than you guys think, and some of you guys know. I'm not going to say you guys don't know, but it's like a lot of the stuff is already, like, Capcom's so ahead of the, ahead of the curve in a way because they already know how they're going to map out the rest of their releases. So it's safe to say that Capcom was never going to make a RE remake that fast again. Well, I think, yeah, I know what you mean, Leon. Especially after RE3, they're probably like, okay, that's why they took that team off of RE4 and put the RE2 team on there because they were like, we are not messing this up. So, yeah, hopefully they actually have some kind of reveal next year, and they could have a Capcom Resident Evil, or maybe just a Capcom event, and then during that event they can show Dragon's Dogma, they can show Monster Hunter, they can show Pragmata, and then something else, and then it's Resident Evil, whatever, that's how I predict Resident Evil in 2024. In terms of what we're going to be doing on the channel to kind of keep you guys entertained in the meantime, different mods, different things I've never played, different RE mods, different survival horror games, different survival horror sequels. Just expect some more variety going forward as well. It's not going to get away from what this channel's DNA is, but you guys have been liking the Silent Hill playthroughs. You guys have been liking the Parasite Eve playthroughs. So, yeah, like things like this gives me the okay to continue to, keep pushing in other directions as well as still doing some RE stuff. Code harmonica at the award show. Yes, you will. Most of us RE fans will get RE9 trailer next year. We got to play RE fan games until that. Well, yeah, just to kind of keep people held over. Yes. So, I don't know. I think there's going to be a lot of stuff to kind of cover and a lot of things in mods I haven't played yet. So as I kind of get the new stuff built and I kind of move on to the next part of, the next kind of era with this new PC and machine, it will definitely open a lot of doors, believe me. And I'm not going to neglect that at all in terms of like, the fact that you guys made it work for me, made this all work out, and we got it here because of you guys. LT Dan comes out just like me. The next game reveal has no, oh, Jesus. Less than one in a million possibility of an RE anime actually coming true. With the Devil May Cry anime, I wouldn't put it past them, to be honest, but like the anime would be cool, but like I would want something else announced with an anime. I wouldn't just want an anime to be announced, Code Veronica remake. Beyond RE9 and RE5, I'm still holding out for Rev 3 to be dropped. Here's hoping. I would like them to continue Revelations. I actually really liked Rev 2, and they don't really have a current spin-off Resident Evil game going like how Revelations was going. So whether it's Rev 3 or another name for a spin-off, I would hope that they kind of get that moving. You know what I mean? Still really want RE3 Remake to be patched with extra streets, the streets from OG and the other stuff. Just a dream, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, RE3 Remake, the train has left the station at that point. The trolley has left the station, you know. Yeah, it is what it is. Code Veronica Remake. This is the first time I'm hearing of it. Well, yeah, it's just been talked about by fans, but nothing. They just said, Capcom, the only thing they officially said was that they wouldn't be opposed to remaking it, and then they put out that survey asking people what remake they would like, and of course, Code Veronica got an overwhelming response. That doesn't mean that's what they're working on next. We already know they kind of have, their eyes set on 5 and 9 and stuff like that, but you never know when they circle back around to it, Revelation should have kept going on Switch, says Perry, since they can't hold the remake. Well, that's the thing. It's just like, I don't know why they don't have something else continuing on that, whether it's the Switch or any console, because Rev started on 3DS, and then it went to 360 and PS3 and everything, and then Rev 2 was like on everything. But it was just like, I don't know. Rev 2 also felt like there was less money put in there. Like, it felt like a budgeted title. And so I think Rev 3 or another spinoff deserves a little more money behind it, and now it'd be on the RE engine, so it would be better. Play RE2 Kendo's Cut, says Tolga. Yeah, I'd love to play that. That's something I'd love to play. Up and coming, so. I think RE anime is possible, but I doubt it's coming next year. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Can't wait for the Welcome to Raccoon City sequel to come out, with the Flying Crow at the end declares revenge on Umbrella and vows to take them down. Is that the sequel pitch? That's probably a better sequel pitch they can come up with. Yeah. No, I'm definitely like just happy we don't have any other RE live action stuff to talk about. I think it's Dragon's Dogma 2, Sam Spade. That's what I think. Or another Monster Hunter thing, but that would be my guess. Yeah, Dr. Evil, we'll see. I think they'll do it eventually, no matter what, but we'll get the other ones first. Revelations 1 is my second favorite RE game. Perfect soundtrack, environment, outfits. I mean, I love Rev 2. I've actually liked it more and more throughout the years. I know my opinions have probably changed a lot, but on some of the spin-offs and stuff like that. But I plan on doing something soon. That will be... It'll be a cool little surprise. Let's just say that. It'll be next year, but yeah, let's just say something will be announced next month, and I'll kind of let you guys know. Dragon's Dogma 2 does look pretty dope. I never played the first one. I did see what they showed at their showcase, and it did look very fun. So, but again, it's not my cup of tea really, but I know a lot of people are stoked on it for that, and I know it's been away for a while, so yeah. There's a couple things that I appreciate seeing, same thing with Monster Hunter. I did play a little bit of that, and I did really enjoy that. So that was cool, but, yeah, I know a lot of people are looking forward to Dragon's Dogma 2. I mean, the last one came out, over 10 years ago. So yeah, because it was like the 10-year anniversary or something like that, or whatever, right, on that event. So they're like, oh, by the way, we're announcing this. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, another Monster Hunter, that's why I think it's going to be Dragon's Dogma 2, because I feel like the last Monster Hunter, they're still kind of riding that high, especially with all the DLC and Sunbreak and all that stuff. But I don't know. We'll kind of see. That was James making an appearance, by the way. But yeah, I'll still be on here for about another 20 minutes. So any questions you got, let them be heard. Just give me 1 second. All right. I was just joking about Code Veronica. It would be cool to see it happen, as the community has been asking for a long time. Oh, no, you're good. I got you. Of course, Jeff M. I know it's not your first time hearing of it. You've been in the community long enough. You've heard plenty of people asking for it. Aria Gaten too. More boats, more Leon, more Burton, more green blood. So Riffsalot asks, is the Keeper's Diary going to be a YouTube release? Yes. It will be released on the Residents of Evil YouTube channel, and it will be released, like I said, first quarter of next year. So between January, February, March, kind of in that spot. But things are progressing. I can say that. Things are moving kind of accordingly. Not kind of, they are accordingly. So, because yeah, it's just in the editing process now. So post production has been moving for a few weeks now, and yeah, they are very serious. Nuji is doing the color grading, Andrew is doing the cutting everything together. So yeah, let's just say I saw a screenshot that they posted today in the chat that we have, and I was like, God damn. Yes, Perry, it'll be posted on both. Cody says Code Veronica X or Outbreak. If I had to choose, Code Veronica X, but I do like Outbreak. I have appreciated Outbreak. Corey in the house. What's up, man? He says, hey, Anthony, can't wait for the movie. Yeah, man. Seriously, can't wait. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for coming in. Looking forward to the Itchy Tasty so much. Yeah, man. I mean, it was, this is my first time doing a hangout since I got back from filming, where I'm kind of just shooting the shit. I mean, I did the podcast that kind of explained my experiences and kind of shouting out everybody and doing that. So that was the big thing, was like getting that podcast out to kind of capture my experience kind of fresh, more like fresh off coming back. And then now here I am kind of answering some questions in the chat about it. So now is a good time to ask those questions, because I'm like, all right, I kind of did the content, but also I know what I could talk about, what I can't talk about, stuff like that, in terms of like without spoiling anything. So is the Keeper's Diary project that hopefully motivates Capcom to do a proper movie adaptation? Well, in a perfect world, yes. You would hope that it would end up, in the eyes of someone from Capcom or Screen Gems or Sony Pictures, and they say, hey, who the hell is that? And, we want them, or something like that. That's like an ideal situation. That's not always like a guaranteed, obviously, but you never know. I mean, what if they do a live action promotion for a game and they want us to direct it, or, Andrew to direct it and us to come on as the team that helps do it? Little things like that could happen. You never know. And even if it doesn't, then it's fine, because it just shows people what we were able to do. But I think it's going to open the door for more projects no matter what, whether that's specifically through Capcom or Sony, or it's just on our own independent level, I heard there's a supermarket scene in Keeper's Diary. Can you tell us what veggies were on sale during the film? Well, out in Michigan, they don't eat veggies at all. They're all gone. So you have to go in and, pick between which, cattle you want to slaughter. So in every supermarket, there's live pigs, there's live cows, there's live chickens running around. There's no grocery stores. Everybody talks with a Canadian accent, and that's the plot twist in the movie. It's actually just the female detective shopping and trying to slaughter the right pig. And that will eventually be the behind the scenes that we should. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. Corey says, how much did you sleep the first night home? I slept 13 hours. That's a really good question. I think I slept for a long time. Because I'm trying to think. It had to have been 11 or 12 hours. And then after that, I had some people over the next day for Halloween, and that was very tiring, but I somehow did it. And then that night I slept even longer. So I think that was another, that had to have been 12 or 13 hours. So it was I was sleeping multiple hours a day, a lot longer than I would normally sleep because it was just like I was just completely exhausted. I mean, it took me a week to kind of like reset my body a little bit because it was actually a very taxing drive. I think the drive on top of that was like crazy because I remember it got to the point where like you don't even feel like you drove 4 hours here or 5 hours, like you didn't even feel it, but it was such a weird feeling because it was like you were just so in the zone. Like I remember you slept in the laundry. No, did I say that? I didn't sleep in laundry. The room looks a 95% perfect copy with which is faithful as it should. Got high hopes, even a poker bit. Guessing in a guardroom bar. Yeah, exactly. It's supposed to be in that like, in the guardhouse. Yeah. That's the vibe. Yeah. And yeah, that sounds pretty good. Looking forward to the supermarket scene. Yeah, I know the supermarket scene that doesn't exist. Yeah, no, there's no supermarket scene. I think I just got back to normal sleep schedule last week. Yeah, it was definitely pretty crazy, man. I mean, I kind of waited to do that podcast too. I waited about a week, and I kind of felt like this weird feeling of like, I should be doing something. Like, it kind of felt weird even when we were done filming the last couple days when we were just kind of hanging out. I know you went back home, and a lot of us kind of split from that from the set, but it just felt like we woke up and like we missed something, or like we're supposed to be doing something. Like it just felt like it's almost like waking up for a shift at work and you missed it or something. Like you felt like you were supposed to be doing something, but then it felt good to just like, not do something, just chill. You guys missed a perfect opportunity to have Tommy Wiseau play the keeper. That's true, but I think Charlie is way better than Tommy Wiseau will ever be. So I'm happy we got Charlie. But yeah, so it's a very fun process, guys. I mean, it was a crazy experience to be there making something like that, but also, yeah, it's a very crazy week to be filming a short with that many hours put into the short. Would you sue Capcom if they had used Keeper's Diary without your permission? Legal things could get ugly, especially in the... Oh, Jesus. Jesus, Perry, what the hell? You want me to... I'm not reading that on a stream. They would not use our footage. How surreal was to be in the Keeper's bedroom? Also, how the locations were recreated if no NDA stops you from elaborate. Oh, no. No, yeah, no, there's no NDAs or anything like that, but I know what I can talk about, and it's more like, yeah, like building those sets, man, it was such a, like, I mean, it really was all hands on deck when I tell you. So we built them in the warehouse. That was in Iron Mountain. We built a laboratory. We built a hallways that lead to the keeper's room. No, Perry, that's not happening. It's not being put out physically. We also, yeah, we're not making any dough off of this, so it's like it ain't being released like that. It's just going to be put out on YouTube, and that's it. But for some people that are asking, but no deleted scenes. Yes, it was building the bedroom and kind of getting that stuff done. It's crazy to see the skeletal pictures and then to see it actually done. And yeah, it was really just a cool experience. That I think. Nice one, Perry. I think they the overall process of building stuff was such a cool experience to see things come together, like I mentioned in the podcast, and to obviously shoot on sets like that I've never really built anything like that before. Um, Kind of just use practical locations and stuff like that. So there isn't a rotating tiger. No. There is like, you know, we didn't build every room of the mansion. I'll make that clear. Um, you'll see some stuff that you'll recognize, and there's stuff that you know is from the original Resident Evil. But obviously, with time, with budget, like we didn't build a whole ass mansion. um, However, what we did build, and what was supposed to be shown in kind of in like how the scenes kind of connect and everything, it still kind of feels like you are inside, the mansion. You're inside these locations. Um, no, Perry, no naked zombies. Um, Not yet, anyway. But no. Yeah. So we didn't have everything. I know a lot of people are really curious to see what we do have built and what we are showing. But don't worry, we have enough in here that will make fans happy, and we actually have a lot more that. If you see the trailer, it kind of gives you a little bit of what you're going to see. I mean, that's the best way to, like, the teaser trailer that came out last year. The sets obviously are different this time a little bit. Um, but it will be, uh, you know, it will be very, very much to what you know and what you recognize. And again, the pictures have been showing people a lot. And shout out to Callie again for really capturing the sets, all the photos, and the behind the scenes stuff. And all the pictures you see are from her, unless it was taken from someone else's phone, obviously. But everything that you've seen online has been from Callie covering the behind the scenes stuff. So that was really cool. Obviously, we kind of slowed down on putting out behind the scenes stuff now, because we're just trying to focus on getting all the stuff. Yes, Eddie said, go Callie. What's up, Eddie? Thanks for being here. Yeah, it's so it was such a great experience. I learned so much. I've gained a lot. Definitely came back with a lot of creative, energy and stuff like that. Sin's in here too. What's up, Sin? Um, you will see, Sparkshot. You will see. Callie's behind the scene pics were awesome. Yes. Yeah. Damn, Carlos. Carlos rolling like that. Um, but yeah, I'm really happy that everything kind of worked out when it did, and I really hope this is a cool relationship with the filmmakers, with everyone else, that we can continue to kind of climb this ladder and show people what we're made of and what we can do. And it really is a great achievement, a great accomplishment that's under. And we're kind of talking now about how we can premiere this thing, or like, thank you. Appreciate that, Corey. Yeah, seriously. No, it was cool, man, because I think, and shout out to Corey and Beggy and Brandon Salisbury and everyone else that was also really helping, helping get those sets done. Because again, like, we're talking about the sets, but if we didn't have people like them constantly working and helping us out with those things, and also just, being generous and helping the project so much, like, we wouldn't have been on schedule or on time. You know what I mean? So it's such a great, fulfilling feeling, just to kind of have. When am I going to play Barry's game Overblood? That's another one that I'll have to play one day. But you tell me it's not good, though, so I don't know if I'm going to play that. But yes, I don't know. I'm just kind of very grateful, very excited to see the finished thing. But I think they're talking about now like what we're going to be doing to show it, to premiere it. Like it's going to be put on YouTube, obviously, but if we get to do like a little premiere, Jesus Christ, Barry. Perry's been unfiltered in these fucking in this chat here. Um, I really think that when people see this, they're gonna be like, okay, this is this is what fans can actually do. This is what a fan project should be, and I think we're trying to really set the bar, for this stuff. To show people like this is what can be done. Even with a smaller budget, because we did raise $50K, but that's still very small in the grand scheme of things when it comes to like the actual film industry or the even the indie film scene. What's up, S.T.A.R.S? Welcome. But yes, I'm just very stoked. I'm very excited to have this kind of like project that kind of brings everything together, that kind of makes sense from everything that we've been doing from all of our kind of creative corners throughout the years to finally come together, to finally make something cool. And it's just so fucking dope what we pulled out from that experience. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really stoked. Like I said, as soon as I know any trailer updates or any actual release dates, we will let you know. Things are progressing, things are moving along, and yeah, it's such a cool thing to have done, because now I learned a bunch of stuff that I can bring back, to my projects and content in general, but definitely on the filming side of things, because I'm a filmmaker too, so I get the chance to flex that muscle a little bit when I work on projects. And obviously projects are harder to get done nowadays, because things take a lot to do, but things like get in the way, so it's like it's hard. It's like life is a challenge sometimes with scheduling and like just everything going on. Everyone's doing their own thing, so as you get older, things get a little bit longer to get done, unless you have something where there's proper funding and there's a proper some people are traveling and stuff. Like this was a more ambitious kind of thing, because we had a lot of people kind of traveling all over into this one spot, and it was like that takes a lot of planning, that takes a lot. That's where I just give shouts to Andrew and Andy and just everybody like trying to move that stuff along. But yeah, I'm so excited for Keeper's Diary, says Jeff. I think it's going to be the best live action RE to date. Well, that's the plan. And it is a short film. And I know a lot of people, probably want it to be longer. They probably want more. But who knows? We can definitely do something else that is, either an extension to what we just did, or we can do something completely different in the RE space. A couple of them have already kind of been floating around with a couple different trailers online. What's going to happen? I don't know. We'll see. Fatty says, still want me some Dino Crisis remake. Yeah, man. I think we all do. But I also think that, Capcom has those exoprimal assets, so it's like, come on, man. It's not that hard to just give us some Dino Crisis, Gonna set the bar, no doubt. Thank you, Eddie. Appreciate that. Thank you. And, yes, I'm just excited for everybody to see it. I'm very stoked for next year to get here already, and I can see people's reactions, but we'll see, and maybe, just maybe, I don't know what's going on, with where they want to premiere it or how they want to premiere it. There's things that I know that I can't say, but just so you know, it would be cool that if there can be some kind of premiere somewhere and we can have, the filmmakers there, we can have some fans there. I don't know what they're going to do yet, because nothing is actually set in stone, but I really hope that it's like a cool response, because being there, seeing it for the first time with a crowd of RE fans, that would be like one of the best experiences right there. I mean, making it was one thing, but seeing the reactions from everybody, marking out in the audience, and being there with our fellow RE fans and friends, I mean, that would be a moment I'll never forget. I mean, this whole process was that, but we'll see. You know what I mean? So we'll kind of keep everyone posted on that. If there is some kind of premiere at a theater or something that can be set ahead of time, and maybe sometime next year we can do it before it actually comes out on YouTube, because that would be, that would be the point, is to kind of all celebrate together and then have an actual release date set on the YouTube page for Residents of Evil. So, yeah, that's just kind of like, that would be really cool. So whether that happens or not sure. I'm not going to make any promises. I don't know, but it would be really cool to kind of see a finished product in the can, completely done, edited, and just on a big screen on something that is like, such a milestone, a great success that it hopefully will have after the fact. You know what I mean? And that would be another occasion of everyone kind of flying in one spot, wherever it may be, but that would be worth it. And yes, I probably would fly at that point, because I think I'm good on the driving for a while. But yes, I'll definitely just fly directly wherever that may be. Maybe rent a car when I'm there, but that's a whole nother thing. But yes, so that's everything with Keeper's Diary. Not much more to say on it. Just to say, I've said it a million times, but thank you guys, because we wouldn't be here without any of you guys, and any of you guys actually. A fan hangout would be really cool. Yeah, no, it would be, Corey. And so I am just very, very grateful, very thankful, and thank you to all you guys for donating to the Keeper's Diary, for supporting this channel. Even if you just shared it, even if you just liked the stuff to share it around, like, the fans made this thing happen. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the fans. So yeah, I just want to say thank you, and hope to make you proud. And yeah, hopefully we can get together and have some kind of cool hangout, or have some kind of, I don't know, just another occasion where we can kind of get together for something RE related, that isn't a game. It isn't a movie that someone else made. It's something we made. And so that'd be a really, really cool thing. But yeah, guys, so I just want to say thank you. I want to shout out everybody in here that donated. I want to shout out Jeff M. Thunders for the 1, 2, 3, 4 gifts. Nick Noguera with the 20. Perry with the 5 and the 2. And Nick Noguera with the other gift. So thank you guys for this little hangout stream. I'm sorry I didn't do Parasite Eve today. Like I said, today didn't really go according to plan, streaming schedule-wise. However, I will be back tomorrow with part 4. Me and Perry will be live tonight on Next Level Gaming Podcast. Starts at 9:30 on Rumble. So appreciate that. It was good chatting with everybody. Thank you for the good vibes. Thanks for making my night a little bit better. And really appreciate it. Love you guys, and I'll catch you tomorrow with some Parasite Eve. Take care.